We're here with Chad Reed. Daytona, this has got to be, you know, no matter how your season is going roughly, this is probably still a pretty fun race just to show up for. You guys got, I mean, you got to drive from your house. You even showed up so late. We didn't see you at the very beginning of press day. You rolled right out on the track. Your boy.
That wasn't because we were here late. We had a little issue before we rolled out, but all good. I got a couple laps in. So yeah, like you said, I mean, Daytona is always unique. It's, for me, it's always a fun race. You know, driving to the race and things like that. But it just in general, I like Daytona. You know, like, it's not always my favorite track because it's unique in some ways how it gets designed. But it's always a challenge. So this particular racetrack looks awesome. I'm interested to see how tomorrow, you know, the lines break in, and it's really long, like really long straightaways, and really busy in it. So it should be interesting.
The long lanes are good. Coming back to Daytona, it's got a more stretched out style as you guys get more time in the rhythm section, either make ground or lose ground, instead of being corner to corner to corner. Gives you guys more opportunity to get stuff done, huh?
Yeah, and like in this one in particular, like the rhythm is so long and the momentum will be so high. So if you make a mistake, the momentum that you lose alone will, I think, will be costly. So yeah, I think the track has some options to do some big jumps too. The regular triple, and then after that it's a pretty interesting section that you could triple. There's a quad in the back that we did, and yeah, I think it'd be fun.
I think the other cool thing is it doesn't look like there's as much clay in the jump faces, a little more sand. That means it's going to change a lot more as the night goes on. I would say this sections probably won't stay as steady. It'll break down a lot more.
Yeah, and I typically like it when they get some moisture in it, and then everybody gets, you know, starts to get lines. Right now, obviously, it's all like it gets that like a hard crust to it. But racing is never like that. And racing's always like it kind of gets all like a little bit more sandy, a little bit more beat up, and it has a certain Daytona flow to it that's just unique, and I enjoy that. So I think it'd be good. I think, like I said, just those really long rhythms. Start's going to be super important. Obviously, it's a relatively, you know, short turn, short straightaway with a 180, and then it's like a bunch of whoops, and then into a sand section, and then into a triple. So I think start is going to be key to, you know, get away. I think track position, in particular this weekend, will be really, really important. So I think a lot of emphasis will be put on that.
Yeah, that first rhythm, especially, like I said, because it comes out and it's like a couple small rollers tall, a couple small tall, a couple guys are going like quad off of them, or you can try rhythm. So I mean, if you get out front, you can probably gap out that first section where everybody's stuck double.
Totally. Yeah, and then obviously you make a U-turn, and then it's going to be the actual sand section, and I'm sure that'll be, you know, like there'll be one real dominant line there. So I think that, yeah, like a whole shot, or, you know, a couple of top three starts, I think that you can really get away with the front guys, and then just, yeah, like take a, you know, huge advantage of that.
Yeah. So something funny I heard you and Ricky chatting about was the time of the race, because of course this year we're on the time schedule, so a race like Daytona will probably be like 17 laps because it's a little bit longer. You were joking about how the body mentally and physically, you're 20, you know, you've done 20 laps your whole career. You mind commenting on that a little bit?
Yeah, it's funny. It's like, you know, like basically what you're saying is like normally like last year they changed it to 20 laps. So I think our race was almost a 30-minute race. But for whatever reason, it was 20 laps, and it just felt like 20 laps. It didn't feel like, you know, a 30-minute race. Where like on a normal weekend we go 20 plus 1, and it just, you know, when you're going into, you know, 24 to 26 laps, I don't know why, but like, well, I mean, I guess a good reason why is I have spent my life and my career, professional career, just going 20 laps, and it's like your body mentally and physically just knows and understands laps, you know.
Yeah.
So the change to the minute, you know, timed races has been I wouldn't say it's been a challenge, but it's been like everything over 20 laps, your body just starts asking questions like, this feels weird, why am I going, you know, and we're like, yeah, like, so this weekend it'll be strange. I mean, we're only going to go 17 laps, which is probably going to be still obviously it's going to be over 20 minutes, but in my opinion, it'll feel like a shorter race, you know.
Yeah, compared to a week or two ago, we probably had a race that was like 25 laps long. So the last 5 laps, you're asking, what the hell are we doing out here?
Yeah, no, it is, and it's so that's what we was kind of saying, and it's weird that the body has such a muscle memory. You know?
I agree. It's funny, even if you go to your local track, I would compare being in California, if we have to go do a day testing in Paris is so short. If you actually, I'm going to go out there and run track, after a while, you're just like, why have I done so many laps? Versus going to Glen Helen, you're 12 laps in, it's maybe like 18 to 20 Paris, but it doesn't feel as long. It doesn't. You're just programmed to do it.
Totally, yeah. So it's a unique feeling, and it takes a little to get used to, and it's probably what's the biggest difference between outdoors these days. You know, nowadays they've cut the tracks down so much for TV and everything like that. I mean, in Europe you see them; they're under a minute sometimes. You know,
yeah,
which is insane. Or should I say under 2 minutes, like right around like a minute 20 or something like that.
That'd be a boring race to be a part of.
Gosh, I couldn't even imagine. The couple of GPs I did a couple of years ago, and it was like that. You're like minute 20 lap times, and you just feel like you're just out there, you know, just doing lap after lap after lap, and track gets beat up more. You know, more people to deal with. Everyone's all belted up. So yeah, no, it definitely changes it.
Actually, weird one. This is totally off topic. I got to ask you, from the years you did, when you did the GPs, did you get to race in the Namur?
I raced in the Namur.
Isn't that thing like super spread out? Isn't it?
Yeah,
really,
it's like
really
it's like a trials, you know, like just a big trail ride, you know, and it's pretty gnarly. Actually, the year I was there, I did the GP, and then I also did the donations that year that was there. I won the first moto, so yeah, one of my favorite tracks actually, to be honest. Like tree roots, hard packed sand, gravel, concrete. I mean, that track had it all. Rocks.
So last one, it's partway into the season. I'll leave this one super blunt and let you answer. I saw you post on IG this weekend. You're labeling you in the group MacGyver. What have you been up to? You're doing your own program, so you can do a lot of your own things. Yeah,
just trying to, you know, I feel like I'm at a point where I can start to feel things in my paces, you know, starting to come back into the window that it needs to be in. So I'm able to feel things, you know, positive and negatively on the bike. So yeah, we're trying to find some comfort, trying to figure out some things. You know, made some changes this week, and you know, obviously it's the KTM Husky. You know, Austrian brand bikes are uniquely different in the fact that they have a steel frame and some different things. So we're learning, should I say? We're learning things that we need. And some things we didn't have that now we have. So we'll see. You know, obviously this weekend it's a unique race in itself, but at home on my regular Supercross track, I think we had